Ladies and gentlemen, how's it going? It's a new year, therefore it's time for a new franchise mode. I'm recording this on the 31st of December, which means the day this will be uploaded will be January 1st of 2017. Crazy to think another whole year has passed. Anyways, that means new franchise mode, and we're going to be the Detroit Red Wings. Let's be honest, this is a team that's made the playoffs 25 years in a row, and they're on the fringe of not making the playoffs. The team is starting to go out, so we need to fix that. Let's take a look at all the contracts. This first episode is going to be an overview of the team, and we're going to go through it. A lot of these players on this team are older players with expiring contracts, and some of them we may even let go. As you can see by the cap space, we do have $1.4 million free. That's a pretty low cap room to work with. But unlike everybody else, we're not going to rebuild year one. No. We need to keep this playoff streak alive, and that's exactly what we're going to do the best we can to do. Let's sort the contracts by overall. As everybody knows, we obviously have Hendrik Zetterberg. He's the big fish here. He's 35 years of age, though. He'll be leaving pretty soon. He's got 5 years left for $5.7 million. He's going to be retiring either the first season or the second season. He's not going to last very long. We're not going to trade him. He's going to retire a Detroit Red Wing. He was drafted a Detroit Red Wing. He's going to retire one. Then we have Nicholas Kronwall, who he retires normally year 2 or 3. He's got 3 years left on his deal, 35 years of age, so he's basically the same as Zetterberg. He's also going to retire a Red Wing as well. So these two are untouchable. We're not going to touch these guys' contracts. Their overalls are high enough to where they can still be top players in the league for quite a while yet. Now, the Gustav Nyquist. This guy, I like his contract. I believe it's like 4.4 for like 3 years or something like that. Yes, it's a great contract. A good first line right wing. It's weird because he's only at 87 overall. Normally first liners are like 88 plus. But the Goose is a scoring machine. How many goals did he have last season? It's 27 goals. Well, 17 goals last season. 27 the year before that, and 28 before the year of that. So I expect big things from Gustav Nyquist. Big things. He's only 27, so he's not going to grow anymore. 87 is his cap. But I expect him to score some goals for us. He's going to be probably one of our leading goal scorers going down the line. Now, another big prospect for us, like this guy's a big prospect, Dylan Larkin. He's on his entry-level deal. So, he's only 20, but he's got low elite potential. He's going to get to at least like an 88 before he caps, I believe. I've never actually monitored his growth. I'm pretty sure he's going to surpass 45 points for sure. Now, there are a few categories he does need to work on, like his face-off category. Everything else is fine. He just needs to work on his face-off category. He's pretty fast. He's going to be our number one center when Zetterberg's gone for sure. Our third-line center, as of right now, and perhaps our second-line center, I don't know how much longer he's going to be here. He's here for 6 years, but he's going to retire before that, or we will buy him out. And that's Franz Nielsen, 86 overall, playmaker center, second liner. He'll be our second-line center next season, or the season after that, depending on when Zeddy leaves. After that, we do have Thomas Tatar, left wing, two-way forward, 25 years old, medium elite potential. He gets to about 87 before he stops growing. Maybe at 88 if we're lucky. He's got 2 seasons left of growth left. He's in a contract year. He's going to want like upwards of $5 million. Maybe a similar contract to the Goose would be great. Because he'll be the Goose's line mate next season. Or even this season. Thomas Vanek. He's got 1 year on his contract. He's a little older, but he can score goals. For some reason in GM mode, this dude is destined to score goals. He always does. I've seen him get 30-goal seasons before. I guess he's just a great sniper. It's just the way his stats are. It just works. Danny DeKaiser, he's not going to grow past 85. He's a good top 4 defenseman. 4.7 is a little much for him, but you know what? We're keep him. He doesn't have a problem with anyone in the locker room besides Steve Ott. He's a good defenseman. We can keep his contract. Mike Green. Now, Mike Green's contract's only for another 2 years. Same as I just said. He's a decent defenseman. He's actually a pretty good defenseman. Top 4 pairing. Not a top 2, though. Nicholas Kronwall is our top 2. We don't necessarily have a top two. We have more of like a top four-ish. Nicholas Kronwall is obviously our top two, but he's listed as a top four as well, so he is going to dip out a little this season. Justin Applicator, another guy who isn't going to grow anymore, but he's a good third liner. He's signed till the end of time, so you get used to seeing Justin Applicator. We do got Jonathan Erickson. He's a nice bottom pairing defenseman. He's signed for 4 years. Contract's a little much for a top six defenseman. You know, we can make that work. Darren Helm, two-way forward, 29 years old, third liner, great third liner. He's fast, so he's paid a little too much for a third liner in my opinion. But you know what? That's fine. Riley Shahan, he's a pretty, I wouldn't say a good prospect, but he's not a bad prospect. He's got 2 years left on his deal he's on now. He's a third line center right now. We'll probably be taking the fourth line though. His faceoffs are pretty good, so keep our eye on him. He could be a future second line center for us. Brendan Smith, 27 years old, top six. Again, a nice bottom pairing defenseman. Alexei Morshenko, again, another bottom pairing defenseman. This guy could progress a little bit more and perhaps be like a, I don't know, he's only supposed to get to top six, so I don't think he's going to grow anymore. I think he'll get to like 84. Johan Franzen, 36. Expect him to retire year one. I don't see why he wouldn't. I kind of hope he does. He's getting paid some crazy money. Luke Glendening. I'm not a big fan of his contract. I mean, I guess he's a fourth liner with his contract, $1.6 million for 5 years. I guess he's a fourth liner. I'm not sure. Steve Ott, yeah, he's going to free agency after this season. 34, he's 78 overall. He's not going to do much for us. Anthony Mantha, I really hope this guy grows. 22 years old, low elite potential, right wing sniper. He could help us out quite a bit in the future, so let's hope he actually grows. We're actually going to play him in the NHL on the fourth line where he's supposed to be, not in the AHL. Ryan Sproul, he'll be playing AHL for sure. Offensive defenseman. Actually, he may be scratched because injuries are on. He may be our backup just in case. Tyler Bertuzzi. He may be related to Todd Bertuzzi. He's a fourth liner. He'll be playing first line AHL probably. Is he wager eligible? No. Okay, good. That's it for our main roster, but let's check out goaltenders and then we'll check out in the system. We do have Jimmy Howard, which we know what we're going to get with Jimmy Howard. He's dipped off the past few seasons, 4.9 for 3 years. Not a fan of that contract. We're going to try to move Jimmy Howard or put him on the trade block or something. Because Peter Mrazek's our starting goalie, 24 years old, medium elite potential. He's listed as a starting goalie as an 84, which I'm pretty sure Jimmy Howard's our starting goalie to start with. But you know what? Peter Mrazek will take the helm. He will be our go-to goalie for the future. This team is going to need some work, guys, if we want to keep this playoff streak alive. This year, we could do it. But next year, some of these pieces are not going to be as good as they were. Check out in the system. We do have Andres. I believe it's I was practicing saying his name. I think it's like Athens to see you. Yeah, that's how you say it. Athens to see you. This is the fourth liner too. He's gonna play first line in the AHL again, and then next season he'll get the call up. Actually, I don't know. We'll go from it. We do have Thomas Yurko, who his contract. Most of these guys are entry level deals, basically. 23 years old. He could be a decent prospect for us too. Right wing sniper. Joe Vitale, he's not really anything. Drew Miller, same. Olat, Xavier Olet. He could be a. I don't see him getting that good. Like he only gets to like an 81, so maybe future bottom pairing for us. Nothing. Ben, you're not gonna grow anymore. Ben straight, yeah. Robbie Russo, that's another good one. He could be a bottom pairing for us as well. And then Evgeny Slevnov. I believe that's how you say his name. It's like Slevnov or something like that. He gets pretty good. I've seen him get to like an 88 before in franchise mode, and this guy can score goals. Ooh. Consider him the future Gustav Nyquist. So we're not getting rid of him at all. Low elite, 19 years old. He's playing down there in the AHL for sure. Any other prospects? Zach Nashchenchuk, something like that. Nashchenchuk. Decent two-way forward. Joe Hicketts. He could be a good defenseman for the future. Uh, Axel Holstrom could be a decent center one day. Nick Jensen, no. Dominic Turnjan, maybe. Christopher N. See, we don't really have like deep prospect. Giovanni Smith, I see him get pretty good. I've seen him get pretty good before, so hopefully he can keep that up. Vitaly Slavovin. I know this guy's in the World Juniors right now. He's doing pretty good in the World Juniors, so let's hope he does that good. I looked up how to say his name. I think it's like Slavjari, something like that. Slajari? Yeah. Valley Slajari. That's what I'm going to call him for now. He's only 19. He has a lot of room to grow. Check out goalies in the system. We don't necessarily have to worry about it from like the first few years. But, we do have Jarrett Cornu. 24 years old. He's not going to grow anymore. Eddie Pascal. He's done basically growing. He's probably get to the 71. Jordan von Puddleberg. He could be pretty good. Low backup, 19 years old. Future backup for us right there for sure. Unsigned. Do we have any unsigned prospects? Let's go to all skaters. Let's check out in the system. This is in the system. Really no good unsigned prospects. Really. RFAs. No. UFAs. Nope. All expired. So the contracts that are expiring this year are Thomas Tatar, Thomas Vanek, Smith, Athens CU, Yurko, Vitali, Ott, Miller, Olet, Lashoff, and a few AHL guys. Some of them being maybe future prospects for us. So we do have some work to do, guys. This isn't going to be an easy team to take the helm of. We have very little cap space and high expectations. I want to keep the playoff streak alive. It's been 25 years in a row Detroit's made playoffs. Let's make it 26. Now, also, around the league, I did give some boosts to some certain players. Like, I'll go ahead and show you some of the players I gave some boosts to. We're going to trade and block. I gave some boosts to some free agents, like not free agents, but some prospects like Alex DeBrincat in Chicago. Because he's doing really good in, like, the minors right now. So I did increase him to, like, a low elite instead of a high top 6 forward. He's just a low elite now. Basically, just a little step up. Dylan Strome, I raised him up a bit too. Where's he at? I just raised his overall, so maybe he can play in the NHL for Arizona. I made him at 85 because he's tearing it up right now, man. He's tearing it up. Maybe he'll play for Arizona this year. And I didn't touch Jacob Churchin. I wanted to, but I didn't. I decided I don't want to make, Arizona the future dynasty going forward. What other team did I? Oh, I also made, where's he at? Nikita Trikin. I made him a little bit better. He was a top 6. I made him a top 4, medium potential. So, and also I did raise Thatcher Demko's overall up a little bit. Not by much, just by like 3. I raised his overall up. I didn't touch his potential at all. I just raised his overall up just a bit. That'd help Vancouver out maybe in the future when he's ready. He takes a while to get ready. That's why I did it. I also raised Mitch Marner up some because he was low elite. I feel like that was a little harsh on Mitch Marner. So I made him medium elite. He's still 84. I also raised Nazem Kadri's overall to an 86. I didn't touch his potential. He's just naturally high elite. But I did raise him to an 86 overall. Maybe he gets better over time. Because Nazem Kadri is doing pretty good defensively right now. Who else did I touch? I raised the overall of... I don't remember. I tried to do like one person per team. I did raise over... Oh, Michael Matheson on Florida. I raised his to a... Instead of a low, I raised it to a medium. Where's he at? Yeah, instead of a low top 4, I raised him to medium top 4. He's pretty good. So, yeah. That's about it for there. Did I... Oh, and Buffalo's prospect, Alex Nylander. I did raise him. I believe I raised him to low elite. Yes, I did. Low elite. Because he's tearing it up, too. Just like Dylan Strome is, he's also tearing it up down there. So, I raised him up a bit as well. Maybe he'll help Buffalo out. Even though they don't really need any help. Buffalo's a pretty stacked team as is. Oh, and David Pastrnak. I raised his overall to like an 86 or something like that. 87. Because he's doing incredibly good for Boston. So, I raised him to 87. That's what he's playing like, man. He's playing like an 87. So, maybe he can take the place of Lucic, they traded Lucic. Maybe he'll take that place. My controller batteries are low. So, yeah. That's basically the team, guys. I am gonna do the trade block, blah, 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 blah. I am gonna do the trade block. Some sure things, though. Hendrik Zetterberg is coming off the trade block. So is Nicholas Kronwall. They're both gonna They're both gonna retire as Detroit Red Wings whenever they do. We are going to put Jimmy Howard on the trade block, though, for sure. Jimmy Howard. Now, one thing we do need to do is we need draft picks, guys, and we need them now. So, another person I'm interested in getting rid of and maybe getting after this season could be Franz Nielsen. I'm not a big fan of Franz Nielsen, but, you know, that 6-year contract is killer, man. So, I'm going to throw him on the block, too. And we'll also throw... Who else can we throw on the block? Someone who has like a crazy contract. I guess Justin Abdelkader, but I like Justin Abdelkader. Like he's a perfect third liner. We'll throw. I'm not sure, man. Luke Glendening on there because he's signed to like the end of time, isn't he? Like 5 years, yeah. We'll throw him on there. Maybe someone. Actually, no. We'll throw Franz Nielsen. Not Franz Nielsen. He's already on there. Think of. Okay. And then once we'll take. It looks like everything's already fine. Yeah, everything's good with those. And we'll take future first 1 through 3. Current picks 1 through 3. Okay, that's perfect. So yeah, it's gonna drop the morale of people for being put on the trade block. But you know what, guys? We have to do this. Like, this team, if we want to make playoffs, we have to draft well. So trading some key players for draft picks or prospects or now players that aren't as good as them but will be next year could help us out make these playoffs. We are in the Atlantic Division, so it's not as hard to get in as like the Metropolitan or something like that. But it's still going to be a tough race with Montreal, Ottawa, Buffalo, Florida, and Boston. So my plan is to make playoffs year 1, and Tampa Bay, and Toronto. My plan is to make playoffs year 1. You guys give me your expectations of the team. Comment them down below. And I'll see you guys at the start of the regular season.